we're constantly evolving and growing, and it is not, rarely does one have a linear path on their way to becoming who they want to become. Hi, my name's Elizabeth. I am a paralegal. I live in Washington, D.C., and I will be a first-year law student this fall at Georgetown University Law Center. I am really grateful to be part of the Black Women in Higher Ed team, and I look forward to sharing a little bit about myself. The question of how did she do it, I think it's a bit premature to ask me that because I'm still experiencing a lot of trial and error, and I don't really know what I'm doing on many days. But my path to becoming a paralegal started in part because of who I told when I was applying for jobs. When I told people what I wanted to do. When I was applying my senior year, it was a very crazy time, writing a thesis and trying to find a job, almost interviewing sometimes every single day for different jobs. But I told a lot of mentors and a lot of my friends around me what I wanted to do, and I'm just so grateful because someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew my boss told them about me, and that's how I got my interview. And so I think the first piece of advice that I would give is to never shy away from telling those around you what it is you're passionate about, what you want to do, and the steps that you want to take to get there. Unfortunately, we live in a world where you can be as talented as you could be. You are brilliant and wonderful and capable, but at the end of the day, it's who you know. And so don't shy away from telling people your path and your passions and what you want to do, because you never know who you might be talking to. Some difficulties that I've experienced in this job. I think the biggest difficulty was that it was a big learning curve. Being a paralegal is a profession in and of itself. There are people who go to school just to be paralegals, and I'm not one of those people. I don't have any formal training in this career, and so it was a big learning curve. Learning how to process subpoenas, learning how to write in a way that the legal profession really demands a different kind of language. And so there were lots of things that I had to learn, but I love working for in-house counsel. It's a small group of attorneys, and I'm really grateful to have a work environment where the people that I'm working for also like to mentor. And so another piece of encouragement is, if you can, it's not always possible, but if you can find a workspace where there is one or two, or maybe everyone there wants to be a mentor to you, likes to take time to maybe grab a lunch and talk about their career path. How did they get to where they are? I think it's so important to find people everywhere we are that we can look up to, that we can learn from, that we can talk to and sort of have their experience inform our own. Personally, I think I'm in a stage of discovery, so to speak. The reason why I don't know what I'm doing a lot of days is because I'm still learning. I think I'm still very young in my whole journey of a career path and the journey of life. And so I am constantly questioning myself, and in a good way, questioning what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that what ticks you off? What corners of society do you want to affect the most change? What groups of people do you think that you could best serve? Part of the reason I'm pursuing a legal career is because the law reaches every crevice of society, and it's a multifaceted profession that you can use in almost any space. And so right now I'm in a season of figuring out who are the groups of people, who are the marginalized people that I can best serve with my legal career, and how can I do that? My advice would be to always question, to be inquisitive not only of others and of the spaces that you're in, but also inquisitive of your own self. What are you passionate about? What makes you mad? What gives you a fire, a passion? And where I love the quote that says, where do the world's needs meet my passions? And how can I combine both of those things to go and serve those around me? There will be days where we have highs and there will be days where we have lows. And in all of that, we need to remember that we are capable, especially as Black women. There are lots of obstacles that we are constantly having to face, to remember that we belong in the spaces that we are in, that we are capable, we are smart, we are able to do the job just as well as anyone else. And so whenever we are on some sort of roller coasters, learning curves, days where we do a good job and days where, we make some mistakes, it is important to remember that you belong there, and that you are not only do you belong there, but you are adding value to the space that you are in, whether that value is recognized or not. And at the end of the day, you are opening the door just a little bit wider for those who are coming after you.